So wind power has been in the news a lot lately. There was a study that came out recently that said it's actually going to cost twice as much per kilowatt hour with the wind farms than they originally thought. I was in the Bangor Daily News.
For the offshore or onshore versions?
I don't remember exactly.
Right. Well, on wind power, I've raised substantial issues about whether we're getting, as a state, the kind of benefits that we thought we might be getting from wind power. Most of that power is being sold into the New England grid market. We buy it along with everybody else from Boston and Hartford at the same prices that they pay, essentially. It does produce some jobs, but once they're up and running, very few jobs. So I would like to see the industry demonstrate that they are producing what we call a tangible benefit to Maine people. The project over in Rawlins is doing that. They made a contract through the PUC to provide power to Maine people at a discount to the future market price. All right, now you're talking. If we get some cheaper power out of some of that power, then I'm beginning to be a little happier about it.
Right.
The future, everybody says, is offshore because the forces out there at work. I mean, the wind blows something like 50 to 60% of the time once you get out a few miles, and it blows heavy. I mean, I've been out there. I was in the Navy. I've been seasick out there. I mean, I'll vouch for it. There is a lot of wind out there, and the waves are high. It's a rough environment. And some very bright people at the University of Maine are saying that the costs of building that kind of machinery and getting it out there are coming down every year. That is, they're designing, they're coming up with new engineering solutions that will bring those costs down so that it will reach a point. If oil continues to creep up and natural gas continues to creep up in cost, and as the wind is going to stay at the same price. Once you get the machinery built, it's zero.
Right.
So wind stays flat in cost, whereas oil and gas are coming up, and the machinery costs and the design costs are coming down. So someday, and it may be 5 years or maybe 25 years, most intelligent people think that offshore wind will come into its own in some fashion. So we need to continue fostering those technologies as we are doing. We support, the state supports that lab at the University of Maine pretty rigorously, and it draws in a lot of federal money with it to match, and a lot of private interest in private money.
Do you want to see Maine become a leader in producing this technology?
I think that honor has already been given to the Norwegians. But we can work with the Norwegians. There's a Norwegian company called Statoil that is doing experiments in the North Sea right now. And if they can do it in the North Sea, they can do it in the North Atlantic. The environments are roughly the same. Right. So I think that we need to attract foreign capital to work with Maine people who have Maine connections. I think it fits. Building these things out of carbon fiber and fiberglass is pretty much what we've been doing with boat building for the last 60 years. So the same skills are available. And what Chembro has been doing for the oil industry in Brewer and in Portland, if you can build an oil platform, you're about 90% of the way there to being able to build some sort of a wind power platform. It's the same environment, using the same materials, same skill sets. So we've got a lot to offer to those who have the money to invest in producing power